Good morning. I don't know what's a good frog sound. It's like croak. I don't know. They make lots of good sounds, but they don't actually sound like the ones when we do them. When you're out and derp, 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 derp. But anyways, that was not supposed to be the opening for this morning's thing, but that works. So anyways, this morning, happy Frog Day, by the way, is we're going to do a song that's off the album Faith. This one is called The Seeds I Sow. It's another one of those. So I wrote a lot of songs that on this album, the first part of the songs I wrote were like in 2018, 2019. And then the rest of the songs were all written like 2020, 2021, that kind of stuff. And so that some of that was like during the times when we weren't out gigging and stuff. And so there's a lot of stuff that I wrote during that time that was like, I didn't write it with the mindset of like, how will I perform this song? I wrote them and then they were like really like studio songs. Like sometimes you write the words and you kind of get like a little bit of a riff or an idea with the guitar, but then you go and you put it in the studio and it turns into what the song is. Especially when you're working with someone like Larry, because he can really like flesh out and fill out some parts and things. And those years, there's a series of these songs that is like, it's hard for me to figure out how to do them acoustically, because the acoustic part was like, I didn't ever take the time to really flesh it out. I took in like a little bare bones thing, and then it's like the parts that made the songs really what they sound like ends up either being like bass lines or like these little synth parts, or but that's a cool thing doing this acoustic series, is I'm going through and like, okay, let's do this. So once again, the guitar part on this song's going to be like kind of repetitive. It's kind of, because it was more about the words in this. It was about the words and the melodies and all that kind of stuff. So I started writing this song. I was driving back across the country when I wrote the first part of the words. This wasn't the music part. When I used to go out and do stuff in California, it's like the first half of the trip was normally early enough in the fall that it hadn't started like too snowy yet. So I could go through like Yosemite and Zion and like some of the parks that are going through that way. And on my way back, I would normally go the southern way to come back, like Southern California and Arizona's and stuff, like Arizona's, but what's the name of that park? It's really cool, Joshua Tree. And so I think I was writing this. It might have been my first or second time that I was coming back through Joshua Tree, which is, that space is just like, it's really cool. If I'd never experienced anything like that being from Alabama. And there's an energy that's out there, and then you're driving just these long roads when you're out west. I mean, you might not see people for like hours. Like literally it'll be like, next guest, 100 something miles. And like, you literally might not see someone while you're on the road for like 100 something miles. So yeah, remember to get gas anytime you see a gas station once you get past like Texas, Anyways, so the chorus in this song is, put my little hands back on while we're talking. The chorus in this song is, the seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. And I was kind of having these moments as I'm driving back. There's like the moment I had, I think, like when I was in Joshua Tree, like at night, and you're just kind of standing out and you're looking at the moon and you're just feeling all this. You're just like, whew. And then like driving through, just looking at the plains, and I'm thinking about like how when you're on the road with your art and your music, you're going out there and you're just kind of, you're giving all your art, your music, they're like little ideas, they're seeds. It's like you're planting these seeds everywhere you go. And you don't know what's going to happen with them. You just know that's what you have to do, because if you just hold on to the seed, nothing happens. You have to put the seed out. You got to plant it. You got to put it out in the world and like let it become what it's going to become, So that's kind of the chorus in this, is the seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains, and the winds will carry them home. My child, have faith, we will find a way. The wind, like, it kind of goes back and forth with these ideas because it's on the album Faith, right? So it's about having faith that sometimes, like, we don't know what the outcomes are going to be of the things that we're trying to do, but you still have to plant the seeds, you know. If you don't plant them, you'll never find out. So anyways, here we go. We're diving into the seeds I sow. Moments. They fade in and out of each other like the ebbing tides, making way for the next segment of perceived time. Anticipation builds, emotions and connections wax and wane. The moment comes and then it's gone. Blowing sand in the wind. All that's left is silence. Consciousness. Presence. Seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. Seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. Don't wait for me to finish up. Don't wait for me to come around. Darling, there ain't nothing wrong with you. I just got dreams that I can't drown. The seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. The seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. Sometimes I find them in the mountains. Sometimes they're moving through the trees at the first light of morning or in a moonlit breeze. Seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. The seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. I know I have a purpose. I know I'll make a way. These dreams always keep me moving, but they make it pretty hard to stay in one place these days. In one place these days. In one place these days. Seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. The seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. And the winds will carry them home. And the winds will carry them home. Sing to me, sweet sisters, your words flowing through the whispers of the wind. Lightly landing on the branches and being carried upon the falling leaves. Floating atop the currents of the stream as she makes her way. Deep in the valley below, she calls to me in a language unknown yet understood by every fiber and bone in my body. Her voice resonates within my very soul. My child, have faith. My child, have faith. My child, have faith. Seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. Seeds I sow are scattered all across the plains. And the winds will carry them home. little parts, the different little chorus parts and stuff, when I do this the other way, they all kind of go in and out of each other. They kind of go in rounds and in harmonies, and like, you know, kind of loop the vocals and move them around. But yeah, so that is the seeds I sow. And I think it's kind of, I didn't really see it at the time when I wrote it. I saw it a little bit later, but there's that line in it, "My child have faith," and it's on the album Faith. And there was a lot of times while I was writing that album, because there was a lot of things that were going on in the world then, that it made it hard to feel like, like, why are we creating art right now? With all this stuff, like there's so much uncertainty and so many things, and just this, like, well, you got to keep doing it, you got to have faith. And I see like a resurgence of a lot of those feelings right now with what I'm working on with the project Love. And I was having a conversation with someone the other day about this, and it's like, because it's right now, it feels like we're making art, and while the world's like burning around, it's like, here, take my pretty little flower, I'm gonna make a pretty little drawing. But I realize, like, sometimes this is when art's really needed. Like, sometimes you need the art that says the things that need to be said. There's a huge importance in having that. That's what art is supposed to be about. That's really what music, and it's supposed to be about, putting out. It's the voice of the people, But another part of it is, like, these things are healing, and we need these little things because we need to have moments where we can step away from, like, all of the craziness, and like connect back into the, like, things that are beautiful, or things that are like the things that bring us hope. And things, like, in this case, like in faith, the seeds I sow is I see a lot of times, I see art and I see, like, stuff is that we're planting seeds because we have hope that we want to see these flowers bloom on the other side of all the things that are happening. It's, if you're making art, if you're making things right now, I see that as, like, you have hope and you have faith that the stuff, it's the whole thing is like, sometimes we plant a tree that we don't know whether we're going to get to sit under, but you got to plant the tree, you got to have faith that anyways, I think the people that get what I'm saying are going to get what I'm saying, whether I say it correctly or not. Make the art. Make the art. Do the nice things for people. Look out for your community. All that kind of stuff. Make the art. Make the music. Plant the seeds so that we can have some flowers in the future, right? Okay. I hope that y'all have a beautiful day. And thank you for hanging out with me, and happy Frog Day.